Hola, Maria. We are doing band pull aparts. This is for the serratus, it's for the rhomboids. It's teaching you to keep your shoulders in the correct position while getting the most out of the muscles in your shoulder blades. Okay, so in your back, in your shoulder blades, you have something called, you have some bones. Okay, and those bones have to be trained to stay in position while you tense, contract your back muscles. I'm going to show you again. Oh, um, okay, so today what I'm showing you is how the bones of your shoulder blades, how they're supposed to move. So when I turn around, you see these bones, they have a triangular shape. They're not supposed to push outward. Basically, those bones are supposed to uh, move wide, move out to the side. Okay, those bones are called the scapula. So what I was showing there is that the bones on the shoulder blades, so your shoulder blades or in the center of your back. You have some bones there. They're in the shape of a triangle, right? Or you could say a V. So those bones, when I pull my hands apart, they're supposed to rotate out, up, rotate apart. Okay, this shows that I'm doing the exercise correctly. It also shows that those bones are supporting the shoulder joints because those bones are the major ones that move in any shoulder movement, be it a shoulder press, a bench press. Those bones are supposed to move outward. When you perform a press, a bench press, any movement of the shoulder, those bones are supposed to move outwards because that will support your shoulder joint and provide you with maximum support and strength. You will develop stronger shoulders, better shoulders if you learn to position those bones behind you on your shoulder blades properly. Now, this video is not meant for recommendation or advice. This video is meant for educational purposes only. So another thing that I'd like to discuss today is the topic of muscle hardness. Muscle hardness and muscle maturity are one and the same. The more time and the more consistent you exercise the muscle, the more dense, the more dense and solid that muscle will look. That's why my muscles look as hard as they do, because I've been consistently exercising, lifting weights for a while, even though the muscle is much smaller than most people. Thank you, Daniel. It's because I exercise consistently and for a long time. I don't even have 14-inch arms, if you can believe that. But the general shape that I've developed stays, and that gives it a balanced look, but it's also a solid, dense look. What I mean by dense, it's not just a bunch of water, it's muscle fiber. It's compacted, concentrated muscle fiber. You only develop that by consistent and correct muscle contraction, working within the correct time under tension, which is basically when you say using a dumbbell or curl, biceps curl. For example, you lower 4 seconds, stop 1 second, and up 2 seconds. So if you can, if you like, next time you see any video of anyone doing a bicep curl, try to time or try to count how many seconds it takes them to lower the weight. It should be 4. To hold the weight should be 1, only 1 second. And to raise the weight should be no more than 2. In every single repetition, whether it's 3, 5, 8, or 12, or 10. 4 seconds down, 1 second stop, 2 seconds up. That is time under tension. That is called the tempo, the correct tempo. If you're not swinging the weight, and when you use the proper tempo, you won't be able to cheat, because if you cheat, the weight is going to go up a lot faster than 2 seconds, and it's going to go down a lot faster than 4 seconds if you're cheating on a barbell or dumbbell curl. So this is why tempo, correct tempo in any exercise is very important. Watch your squats. You're going down in the squat. If you squat down and you're only taking 2 seconds, you're taking away from the effectiveness of the exercise. Now the thing is, you're still getting stronger. You're developing more mechanical efficiency. It's just like a car. The way the tires are positioned, the way the gears are designed, mechanical design of the car will help the car go faster. Just like in your body, the design, the positioning will will help you go lift more, especially as you develop the skill to practice in the right position. But unless you practice in the right tempo, the muscle will not develop size. The muscle fibers need time under tension to develop. That's just simply a physiological fact. And that's why I have muscle maturity, because I exercise with the proper tempo and get the most out of time under tension. So another thing, thank you, Daniel. Another thing, I've heard like the some people sometimes the mention of enhance or not enhance. See, the thing with enhance, the word says it all. Enhance. You're using something to enhance the natural the natural state of something. So here, this isn't natural. Nothing, nothing enhanced. If you look in my playlist, you will see me posing in 2009. In my, if you like, you could check my playlist. It has a video. My playlist has a video of me posing in the gym in 2009 when my arm was a lot bigger than that. It also was all natural. I was 47 years old, now 64. So that has a lot to do with the reduction in size. Over the years, I'm not, I don't even exercise in the gym. Many times only once a day. 2009, I ate between 4 and 5 times a day and was always in the gym. I worked in the gym. I worked out between 3 and 4 hours a day, but split apart, one in the afternoon and then another time late at night. Thank you. See, thank you for noticing. It's because I consistently push myself in my abdominals. I try to stay out of the comfort zone, just the same way I did years ago. That never changed. In fact, I, I made my abdominal routine more difficult and more challenging. Thank you, especially obliques. I value that. The reason is it helps keep support my back and my spine. The obliques is the most important thing to support your spine. The obliques. If I bend down to pick up something, that's what's supporting my back. So I have a lot of like back injuries, spine injuries. And when I went to get to the doctor to have it assessed, they said if it wasn't for the development of my core muscles, I'd really be in a bad situation. Because the core muscles are what basically supporting my back. It's almost like having a natural um, weightlifting belts. That's what the core muscles are, the obliques. So yes, thank you for noticing. And the obliques, the side muscles, the abdominal muscles, something that I can actually feel it supporting myself, even when I'm sitting down. If I didn't have it, I'd be afraid to imagine what I'd be like. I'd probably be hunched over. Thank you. Thank you. And so I always train outside of my comfort zone. I take select exercise, but I don't copy people's exercise just because I know the proper positioning will use the correct muscles. And it's just because you see an exercise and maybe a guy doing a sit up with a lot of weight, that could be mostly primarily using the neck and the spinal flexors and the hip flexors and not the abdominals. Somebody takes a big weight and they're doing sit ups, something like that. They're using the abdominals statically some, but mechanically they're using a lot of hip flexors, spinal flexors, and yet another thing, the most important muscles are the ones that you don't see inside the core muscles, and those are take at least 9 seconds. 9 seconds, actually, minimum 4 seconds, optimally 9 seconds to contract the core muscles. That requires that you inhale through the nose, pull in the belly button, pull in the navel as you're doing the exercise. So each rep is going to take 9 seconds to lower your body into racing. 9 seconds each and every rep. So I do like 27 reps in the harness, something like 24, 27 reps in the harness knee raise. Each rep is taking 9 seconds. So multiply 9 seconds times 24. That's a lot of time under tension. And that's only one set. That's why that type of stimulation is much more effective than just taking a big weight and trying to do one sit up. So, I mean, who can tell? I mean, sometimes I take 15 pounds and I do these Roman chair sit ups, but I can do much better. I'm trying to go down slowly, keep the tension on my abs, and not feel it on my hip flexors, not feel it on my neck, not be using my back. I can take a much heavier weight. So a couple of times I tried, but I found that I'm using secondary muscles, and that defeats my purpose. That's not what I'm exercise for. I want to work the abdominals and the obliques and the core muscles, and I want to do every rep the same. So many times during the workout, some of the reps are not the same. It's a question of endurance, but my focus is to do every rep the same. My goal is to do every rep the same because every rep that's hard, tomorrow will be easier. The hard becomes the easy, and then the easy becomes the habit. So that's my philosophy. That's why I've been able to work my abdominals since 1998 without missing a workout. I never missed a workout since 1998. The word that sounds fake. Hmm. Fake, I guess. Thank you. Yeah, 1998, 3 times a week, never missed an abdominal workout. I had a lot of I have a lot of legitimate excuses to miss an abdominal workout, but I don't because I realized that when I do it when it's hardest, the easy day will become habitual. It will become a habit. And for me, that's important to become a way of life. And that's what it is. That's why I call my channel Natural Fitness Lifestyle. It's a lifestyle to me. But I also, notice that this there's a lot of videos that, well, thank you. There's a lot of videos on abdominals and core training. But for me, when I do a video, I would like to do a video on the science because there's so much science in core training, but it needs to be portrayed in the correct, using the correct exercises. Too many exercises are done to impress you, to display like some fancy thing in a big gym, lifting, like doing some fancy sit-ups, putting all this weight on you, which is not necessary, hanging upside down, which is dangerous. It can be dangerous, right? You can fall on your head. There's really no need to hang upside down unless you're filming a movie, right? And you're trying to film a big movie, make millions of dollars, a big matinee movie. But, but when somebody goes to the gym to exercise the abdominals, they're there to get an effective, a beneficial workout. So how long should abdominal training take? See, that's the thing. That's an individual matter. If you take There's 9 seconds for each repetition, right? And you do 10, that's 90 seconds. That's a minute and a half for just one set. Should be able to, when you work out, to go, you're working 3 sections, lower, side, and upper. Now, I know a lot of people say, oh, there's no such thing as lower, side, upper. But basically, what I mean by that is you're doing a forward and backward exercise. You're doing a side to side exercise, and you're doing a rotational twist, bend, and bend sideways. So if you take that's 3 exercise times 90 seconds. That's 4.5 minutes. 4.5 minutes minimum. That's just one set. If you're starting out, you should be able to do two. So that's 9 minutes, even just for beginners. But again, you're not, it's how you do them that counts. How you position, how you're breathing, you're taking your time. You're not just going through the motions, you're feeling it in the correct places, feeling it in your abdominals in each rep. That's what makes it effective. If you do 1,000 reps, but you only feel like 25 of them, then you're not really developing your abdominals. Sure, a lot of people are going to say, yeah, you're developing your abdominals, but you're doing a lot more work on your neck, and that's not good. It's going to wear out your neck and your cervical with time. Yeah, I'm going to put on my shirt, put on my glasses. Okay, so I got to go now, but everybody have a good evening.